Oh, there goes the light. If you didn't notice, I had a new light, but I think it died.
Oh no.
Which, whatever. Now we're low light.
Okay, low light. I'm here for it.
Set the mood.
Is it? Yeah, I was gonna say. This is what you're trying to do now.
Yeah. So
The real life podcast after dark. Don't ask me any inappropriate questions, please.
of course not. All right. Welcome back to another podcast. Last week we took a little break. We didn't have one. My guest got a little issues, but he's from out of town, so it's like there's a window we had to meet, and there were some hiccups, but it's cool. He'll be on at some point, and it was fine. Take a break. I went hiking with my time off.
Love hiking.
It's pretty cool. Been to Enchanted Rock.
No, both times I've gone, we've been like, put on the wait list or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Or one time one of our friends was supposed to get the tickets and didn't.
Didn't make a reservation.
We ended up just walking around Fredericksburg.
Fredericksburg is pretty nice. We ate there. The Auslander.
Actually, I've been there.
It was all right.
Yeah, it's all right. Man. I had better.
German food's not
It's
ridiculously
just meat, potatoes,
like
and
special.
sauerkraut.
Yeah, it's not like something you've never heard of.
Yeah. There's not much to it.
It's good though. It's good.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But I'll stick to my Mexican.
They do like to cook a lot of stuff in beer.
Yeah.
It
Brats.
gives it a different taste, but it's good. It was cool.
I agree. I like it. It's good to change it.
I mean, probably not the best idea to go eat a big sausage and drink a big beer before you go hiking, but
Probably not.
you know.
Are you still a big eater like you've always been?
Oh yeah, I still eat. I eat. I don't gain anything, but I eat. Yeah.
I wish I was like you. I'll never forget the first time we had lunch together. You pulled out this massive backpack, and out comes this like Tupperware.
Oh.
You put 2 ramen noodle packs in it. You had 3 slices of pizza in a Ziploc. You had a banana. You had like an applesauce.
Okay.
You had string cheese.
Yeah.
You had a lot of food. And my sister at the time was taking classes at
Yeah.
Northwest Vista, and she also was like, "Oh, this kid can eat!" Like, and it goes nowhere. Unlike me, I can gain weight in 1 week and gain easily 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Currently trying to lose 15.
So if you haven't guessed, we went to school together. This is my friend NAHUM. We were in college together when I went for like 2 years.
2 years. 2 years. Just 2 years.
You saw it all the way
I went
through,
for
right?
another year, and no, I've
Oh,
not
you
finished.
didn't?
I need to finish school.
Okay.
I need to
Okay.
finish.
Yeah, it was funny when we met. Like you were the oldest in our class, and I was like the youngest.
Yeah, that's true. Well, also because you're a baby face.
Yeah, that too.
That stash and that beard hides
What
it.
class was that? That was.
It was
The
video
video
class
class,
too.
right?
It was with Mr. Ferris.
Yeah.
He ended up making a commercial
Yeah.
for my family.
Yep, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the things we'll be getting into talking to here. You and your family do a taco truck.
Yes, sir.
What is that called?
Tacos Lira.
That's what I
Our
thought.
last name. We
Yeah.
have a gram. I'll put the.
Yeah, I'll link it in the description, the Instagram
Yes, sir.
to it. Here in San Antonio, local, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
We've got 2 locations.
2 locations.
I mean, I don't like to call it a restaurant because it's very small, but it's a brick and mortar, and then we have a little to-go kitchen.
Okay.
We're no longer doing food trucks.
Oh wow. Okay, you
Yeah.
graduated.
Yeah, we graduated. We're hoping to graduate to something
Nice.
bigger.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right. So usually to start the podcast, I have a list of questions that are just like random, creative little questions. Get the
we're here
juices
for it,
flowing.
man. Yeah.
So I need 3 numbers between 1 and 50.
50?
50. 50.
Let's do 25 because I was born on the 25th of April.
Okay.
Number 4.
Okay.
And 33 because
Okay.
I'm 33. Well, let's do 34 because I'll be 34.
Okay. All right. 25. What tips or tricks have you picked up from your job?
Tips or tricks? Tips is you have to treat everyone differently. Like, because one customer comes in and is a jerk to you doesn't mean the rest of the day,
Yeah.
you should expect jerks, because sometimes you'll have like a customer be like a total jerk to you, and you're just kind of like trying not to lose your cool, and you're trying to remain like customer friendly or whatever, and then like after that somebody super nice will come in, and it makes your day. So I don't know, like I try to apply that to life, I guess. You have one crappy day doesn't mean tomorrow's gonna be crappy. Tomorrow's gonna be a great day. One crappy day doesn't mean your life is crap.
Yeah.
For those of you having crises in your life.
Yeah, I agree. Same thing with I work in air fresheners now. I don't think I told you that. So I work for a place called Airmaster, and I go around and I fill up their air fresheners in apartment lobbies and stuff.
I love air fresheners.
And sometimes people are like super like, not really rude to where they're just jerks to you, but they're just like super needy.
Yeah, I know.
Like
demanding.
Like very demanding and not very like oh, like I had an issue, like I don't want to bother you, but I really need to. They're like, no, like this is broken, you need to fix it.
Yeah.
Like it's like okay, like
we can communicate. Let's use our big words here. Come on.
And then you go to the next one, and sometimes they're like, oh, like you guys do super nice work. Thank you for coming all the way out here. Like
here's some cookies.
Yeah, take a snack, and it's like okay, like balance. Like
it's that way with customers that in the food industry at least. Some people are very like nice, and they realize like we're like a fast food joint, and there's people that want 5-star service. And you're just kind of like, well, you're not paying for 5-star service. So don't expect it. Yeah,
exactly. Like when I worked at Sonic, people were like that too. It's like sometimes I'd have to be like, dude, this is Sonic. Like, come on.
I love Sonic. There's one right around the corner from my house. So I'm always at Sonic. Yeah. That's the reason I need to lose 15 pounds.
When you were old, what do you think your children will ask you to tell stories about?
Oh, that's a deep question. I don't know how deep we're trying to get here. Hopefully, if I have children, I don't know if I want children, but if I have children, stories of me and my brother, my siblings, because I have a lot of funny stories. Our adventures growing up in Mexico, and then when we came to the States, I was 5 years old when I came to the States.
Oh, wow.
So, just, I don't know, stories about my childhood and growing up in a big family. So I think maybe, I don't know.
And last one, what animal or plant do you think should be renamed?
Planet or animal?
Animal or plant.
Oh, plant. I thought planet. I was like, oh, golly.
You think it should be renamed?
That's a good question. Animal or plant? Oh, what's the one that plant has a good name, the Venus flytrap.
Oh yeah, I thought about that too.
Did you really? I like that. I don't know, like why is it called the Venus flytrap?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, I guess the name's appropriate because now you know what it is. It's the plant that eats flies.
Yeah. Platypus is a weird name.
Yes, that's a very weird name. Ooh, speaking of platypus, did you know that? And I know this because one of my friends who's a food scientist or something. She works at H-E-B. Shout out to H-E-B. They get a lot of flavoring, particularly vanilla flavoring from beaver glands. They have these glands in their anus.
Oh my god!
And I remember hearing about it growing up, and I always thought it was the platypus, but it's the beaver. And so apparently a lot of the flavoring that we like in our foods comes from a secretion in these anal glands that beavers have, which sounds so gross. Weird. So gross and weird, But I mean, we like flavoring in our food, Yeah.
And at least they don't tell you which ones it is, so you just kind of.
I'm sure there's a way. Like I'm sure her as a food scientist, she could just look at an ingredients list and be like, "Oh, this has that." Yeah. But she said more than like a lot of times, a lot of the vanilla flavoring we are eating comes from that secretion, which is weird.
That's
like
weird.
Who discovered that?
I wonder if they use that in like vanilla, like you buy a bottle of vanilla.
Probably.
Like, that's interesting.
Yeah, because I think like the real stuff is really expensive. Just like I know turmeric is super expensive, so they're working on imitation and whatnot. So
a lot of imitation these days.
A lot of imitations.
So you weren't born. Oh my gosh, you weren't born here in the States.
I was not.
You were born down in Mexico.
Mexico.
Where?
Monclova.
Okay.
Monclova.
I don't know where that's at. I've been to Mexico twice.
It's only 2 hours from the border, so it's not far at all. I think it's I think only 2.5, something like that.
Okay, I've been to Mexico twice.
Where did you go?
I went to Cabo San Lucas,
Did you do like a resort or did
we
you?
did a cruise, and we got off the cruise and walked around there.
Okay.
And then we did Mazatlan.
Mazatlan. What was that like? Was it also a cruise or did you actually fly there?
It was 3 locations on a cruise.
Okay. What's your
And
favorite part about it? The food?
the food is really good, yeah. I don't really remember Mazatlan and that well because I was young when we went on that one.
Okay.
So we did Mazatlan, Cabo San Lucas, and there was there's one more.
Cancun?
No, not Cancun.
Is that the first one you mentioned? Sorry.
No, Cabo was the first
Cabo,
one.
Mazatlan, San Luis.
No, it was
These were all like. No, these weren't all at the same time. I'm sorry.
the first cruise we went to 3 locations, and then the second time we went on a cruise we went to Jamaica, the Caribbean, and then we went to Cabo again.
Cool. But you can't remember what the third location.
I can't remember the third location. What was it?
You'll have to ask your mom.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know what it was.
Acapulco. Was it like a
It was.
beach?
That might have been it.
Acapulco. I'm trying to think of like
Yeah,
these
it
famous
was a
beach
beach.
places.
It was a
Yeah,
beach,
it has
yeah.
to have been Acapulco.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. I remember Cabo because I went there two years ago.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. No, I mean, they keep you in a certain area when you go on a cruise, so it's just kind of.
And you haven't picked up any Spanish, right?
No.
You're like, I just know
My mom
taco,
can speak a little bit.
asada.
No, I mean I took Spanish in high school, and my grandparents are fluent in Spanish.
Yeah.
My mom's full Mexican.
Cool. Yeah, I was trying to remember. I know you mentioned it, but I was like, Eddie. How do you say your last name?
Eddie.
Yeah, I was like.
But my mom's maiden name is Aguila.
Aguila.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Eagle.
unique. That's very unique. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever met anybody with that last name.
Yeah. Her dad's first name is Ray. That's my middle name, Ray.
Ray? That's my dad's
Reyes.
first name. Reyes. That's my dad's first name.
Yeah.
How cool.
And so I was named after him, and so his name is Reyes Aguila, so they call him King Eagle.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad's name's Reyes, and people are always thinking that's his last name. They're
Yeah.
like, is that your last name? Like, no, his name is Reyes.
Yeah.
So people are like, what does that mean? I'm like, kings?
Yeah.
Like, kings.
Yeah.
Reyes.
Yeah.
That's cool. I
Yeah.
did not know
Pretty
that.
cool. Yeah, so I remember there was a lot of iguanas. Like a lot of in Mexico, like at least where we were, there were just a lot of lizards.
I feel like
and
I've
stuff
seen that in a
running around.
documentary somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know if they were just wanting to be around the tourists or what, but that's where they were running around. It's
Were you
pretty
freaked
cool.
out by them or?
No, I like lizards.
Okay.
I used to have a bunch in a terrarium. I had like 12 or 13 of them that I caught by myself.
I like reptiles, but the extent to which I like them is them behind a glass at a zoo. Or like the snake farm up on 35. I love that place.
Yeah.
And I could just sit there and stare at them, but owning one, handling one. I've held a snake before, but I don't think I could ever own one. I think that would be kind of weird.
Yeah. The first time I went there, I was surprised because the very first time was the very first time that I like realized that drinking age is different.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, that's weird. Like,
what is it, like 18?
18 in Mexico, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember growing up hearing about, like, the draft. You know how people get drafted for the war? And they're like, oh, you're 18 and you can get drafted, but you're not old enough to, like, drink or whatever. So some people would be like, oh, it needs to get lowered to 18 because you have cigarettes. You can buy cigarettes at 18.
Yeah.
So that was always the thing people would say, oh, the drinking age needs to get lowered.
Oh, I almost remembered what it was, but I can't remember.
Well,
the Cayman Islands was where we went for the Caribbean.
Okay.
And then it was Montego Bay was Jamaica.
Okay.
Montego Bay, Cayman Islands.
I mean, I'm sure if we had a map, we could figure it out by process of elimination.
I couldn't tell you, but it was cool. I guess it was more than 2 years ago that I went though, because I wasn't 21.
Oh. But, I mean, you were of age there, right?
Oh, yeah, I was of age there to drink,
your parents, where were your parents?
I think I was 19 or 20. They let us drink.
Were your parents okay?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they didn't, I mean, it was...
They're like, we're in another country, son.
Yeah, it was... I remember there was a big sign of the name of the place that we took a picture with.
Okay. Was it Tulum?
No.
Not Tulum. I don't know. I've never been to those parts of Mexico. I just know because of pictures I see.
Yeah.
And that, so.
Yeah, but that was cool. Like, the drinking age is 18 in Jamaica.
Yeah.
And the Caribbean and Mexico, so it's pretty cool.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Would you ever go backpacking in Mexico?
Yeah, why not?
I have a friend who is obviously, he's like 3rd generation born in America. Like, both of his parents are like very well educated, Hispanics that, I think it's like their dominant language. English is their like the
Yeah.
language they speak. Obviously they speak Spanish, but English is what they speak. So
Yeah.
like he hardly speaks any Spanish. But you look at him and you're like, oh, this is a Mexican guy.
Yeah.
But I know he like traveled and lived in Mexico for about a month, and he's like, I fell in love with it. I just want to live there, and I think it's cool when you have like the opportunity to be like, once I'm sick of it, I'm coming back stateside.
Yeah.
As opposed to people that
Yeah.
are like can't come back or just are trying to escape their living situation.
Yeah.
So he was living there, but while balling on an American budget.
Yeah.
So it was making it.
How does the money translate?
I think I don't want to misquote or give the wrong info, but I think $1 right now is at 18 pesos.
Okay.
So it depends, and it depends where you go. Some places obviously they'll but it changes all the time. So like let's say $1 is 18 pesos. Over there you could buy like a taco for 5 pesos. So with $1 you could easily buy 3 tacos.
Okay.
I think something like that. It throws me off. Like the
Okay.
last time I went, which was years ago, I remember I went and bought a bag of chips, and the girl was like, "Oh, it's I don't know how many pesos," and I gave her like a 20, and she was just like, "I don't have change for this," and I was just like, "Why not?" And she's like, "You're gonna take everything I have in my register," and I was just like, "All right, well."
Yeah.
And then my cousin luckily had coins because they use coins a lot.
Yeah.
And she was just like, "Here you go, let's go." But yeah,
Yeah.
your money goes a long way down there.
I remember things where like especially the alcohol was super cheap.
Oh yeah.
So like people would buy like the bottles from the store and store them under the boat, so they wouldn't buy them full price in the States. It was pretty cool. You couldn't like keep it and bring it on the boat and drink it on the boat. You had to store it.
Yeah.
But I mean, still.
Or you could bring it on the boat, but not open it while on the boat.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Cool. Yeah, because I know like they let you bring exports in or whatever. There's like some tax or
They take it when you get on the boat and like store it.
for you or whatever.
Yeah, with like your name on it. You couldn't even bring alcohol like when you go on the boat from America to get on the boat.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's kind of the rule, like in a lot of places,
they
like
want you to-
stadiums.
they want
it's
you to
like
buy
a
the
liability.
alcohol.
Yeah, I thought it was included in the cruise. I thought like food.
Some
and
of
all
it
that.
is. Some of it is, but there's some places you can.
I've never been on a cruise.
I mean, it's like these places are included, but if you want more, then you're gonna pay for it.
Okay.
But it's not much more. But it's like,
What's the food on a cruise like? I hear it's great. Did you?
oh, dude, it's so good. It's like,
Do you eat a lot?
oh yeah, we had.
I feel like people need to see pictures of you. This guy is like thin and does not gain weight. Like I mean, he says he's gained like 20 pounds since I last saw him. But
I'm up to 140.
140 with the.
Yeah, we had. I remember we had escargot.
Oh,
Snails.
okay. How was that?
Super good.
I've never had
Love
snails.
escargot.
I'm down to try it. I'm not a picky eater. I'll try anything. I like all seafood.
Calamari. We had calamari.
I like calamari. I think food-wise, there's only very little things that I do not like. I remember growing up, my mom would make us eat liver and onions.
Oh.
I don't like liver and onions. I could eat it, but I hate the taste. And then there's another thing that I do not like. It's menudo.
You don't like that?
I don't like menudo. I don't like. My family sells it. We sell a lot of it. I serve it, but I personally do not like it.
I prefer pozole.
Same. I love pozole. I don't like tripas, which is like the guts or brains. People eat brains or eyes. I'm like, no, that's why no.
So you draw the line.
I've had fish eyes before, but
those are different. They're like super small.
And they were deep fried. So,
oh yeah.
But like cow parts like that,
you draw the line on bodily organs.
Yeah, that's kind of where That's where I'm like, nah. Call me a wuss. I'm not having any of that.
Monkey brain.
Nah. I remember, you know what? It's funny because I remember the first time I ever had Chinese food. At the time, our pastor was the one that took us there, and it was my first time in America having Chinese food, and I thought like Chinese food.
Yeah.
And I think he didn't help the experience because he kept saying that we were eating monkey brain, and as a little kid, obviously you believe it because you're like, well, he's a pastor, so why would he lie to me? So I remember being like freaked out and not wanting to eat it.
Yeah.
I mean, now I'll eat anything Asian. I don't care.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Are you allergic to anything?
As you get older, I feel like you realize that you are. There's certain body washes.
You're like, oh, that's why.
Are you talking about
like
food
that.
or just like in general?
Mostly food.
Mostly food. Okay.
Yeah, like you get older, you're like, oh, that's why that's felt like.
Well,
that. Like,
I was gonna say I had Asian yesterday, and I was ranting to my friend. I was telling him like, hey, like, I don't really like Asian food because it always makes my stomach hurt. Like literally an hour, 30 minutes after eating, my stomach will hurt for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then I'll be hungry. And I don't know if it's whatever spices they use or the noodles. I don't know what it is. And I was telling him that yesterday. Literally, we went suit shopping.
And they're like, that means you're allergic.
You're like, I don't know. I could be. I don't think I've ever had like a major food allergy.
I haven't either.
I know pineapple makes my mouth irritated.
That's same with my dad.
Yeah, I'll still eat it, but
my brother.
It makes my mouth like just hurt, and it feels like I had a bunch of sores in my mouth.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I mean, that's the same with me. Nothing really like where it's like clogs up makes my throat clench up or anything.
I was like, clogs up your system?
Like, it makes my throat clench up. Or
where you can like an EpiPen.
That.
Yeah, I think that'd be scary to have one of those. I've never seen anybody have a food allergy. I think I would freak out.
I used to be allergic to red number 40, the dye in like red drinks and red things. It would make my stomach hurt, but now I can drink it like nothing.
Wow. Maybe you developed like an immunity to it.
Yeah, I just ate it and drank it so much, even though I was allergic.
Yeah.
That it just finally whatever. Like, same thing. My mom with bananas. She ate so many bananas when she was pregnant with me. Chocolate banana shakes.
Whoa.
Every single day, and chili cheese fries. That was her craving.
So then you hate those now, or
no? When she gave birth to me, she became allergic to bananas.
That's
for some reason. And then she finally just forced herself to eat bananas, and then now she's not allergic.
Oh, that's interesting.
But she's still allergic to melons.
Melons?
Yeah.
That's I've never heard of that
like one. Honeydew, cantaloupe.
What happens? Like she break out in hives or rashes? Or
I think it makes her mouth like that, and I think she does get a rash.
Wow, that's so crazy. I wonder why we're allergic to certain things. Is it because they're not organic or natural, or is it because they're just our body can't handle it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like allergies. Like I know I'm allergic to certain body washes.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just have to be.
Sometimes I get allergic to body washes too. Like makes me itchy or something.
Yeah. And the laundry detergent. Like if my clothes, if I wash it with just any laundry detergent, I'll be itching and I'll just have hives everywhere. And I'm like,
that's happened to my dad once. He was allergic to it. Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. So you like hiking, backpacking, all that stuff too, right?
Yeah. I always enjoy it, but I feel like I don't have the time to do it as much as I'd like. In 2020. Some people were like getting fit. I have friends that were like posting pictures with like their new 6-pack abs, and I was like, oh man, like I'm just eating. Anyway, so I made them like
home eating.
Yeah. Because you're supposed to be quarantining or whatever, and then I just started getting out. Like my dad loves adventure. He loves fishing and just finding new spots. But hiking is a little different because fishing you're just chilling, eating or just but hiking you're trekking, and so. Towards the end of 2020, I started doing it a lot, and I actually lost about 25 pounds. Is that your dog?
Yeah. It was weird.
I lost about 25 pounds, 30 pounds. And then I kind of stopped doing it for 2 months, and I've gained about 15 pounds. So I'm like, I need to start hiking again. Yeah, because...
I like hiking. Hiking is fun.
It's relaxing. It's very relaxing. Especially when you get, to me, the best ones are when you get to, an observation point.
Yeah.
Or, a high peak.
Enchanted Rock.
Yeah.
So we hiked all the way up to the top of Enchanted Rock. And so it's crazy. Like, you go up, and you think you see the top. Yeah. And it goes like this, and then it goes up again.
Oh.
So it's like that. Like,
I thought it was one big
It is like this, but it goes up like this. It doesn't go straight up. And so you think you're at the top, and you're like, oh, I'm not at the top. Oh, but we got to the top, and we hiked all the way up there, and then we explored around a little bit, and then there's big craters in the rock at the top, and they fill with water.
I've heard.
So there's this giant one that was filled with water, and we saw these people. They were
they swimming in it?
No, they were just sitting there with their legs in it or whatever. There was 5 of them, 3 girls and 2 dudes, and they were college students. And they were freshmen in college. They were a little younger than us, but not too much, just a couple of years. And so they asked us to take a picture of them, and so we took a picture of all of them, and then they took a picture of us, and then we all just sat around the water together, and watched the sunset from the top. And it was super, super cool.
Sounds romantic.
It
sounds cool. I like sunsets.
It was super cool. Texas sunsets are the best.
Are they? You know what? I would agree, but also when I went to Horseshoe Bend in Page, Arizona.
Okay.
We were going to go...
I mean, Arizona and Texas are kind of similar.
Yeah. Well, Arizona has a lot of that red dirt, red rock.
Yeah, like clay.
So it felt like... I kept telling my friend, this feels like we're on another planet because everything was red, and then the sun was just I don't know what I was like, is there an eclipse going on? Because I was Googling, I was because it looked like the sun was doing something crazy.
Yeah.
It looked golden. I don't know, and I think it just was the lighting and the way it bounced the rock.
Yeah.
Arizona
sounded
did
harsh.
not want to leave. If people want a recommendation, Page, Arizona, Horseshoe Bend. I literally cried the first 15 minutes I was there. I don't know why. I just felt so insignificant. I had a lot of flashbacks of my brother. And then, I don't know, it was just like so beautiful and breathtaking that I was just kind of like, whew. And so, it wasn't like I was bawling like a child, but for whatever reason, like, my eyes just kept getting teary-eyed, and I was just kind of like, I FaceTimed my dad, and I was, like, trying to show him, and I was like, I wish you were here.
You weren't in the fetal position or anything?
No, nothing like that. But still, it was, like, an emotional experience. Yeah. So I was like, so far, one of my favorite places.
It's so different in California and Arizona and, like, over there compared to here. Like, it's such a dry heat. And over here, it's like humid.
You know what? When I was there, I broke out in hives. Yeah. Like, I kept getting rashes everywhere. And I was like, what's going on? Like, was it the water? Like, it's not the body wash, because I brought my own body wash. But I think it was the dry weather. Yeah. I looked it up, and there was, like, drier weather gives you, like, I guess, dry skin. I don't know. My skin was breaking out everywhere.
I want to go to Yosemite.
Yeah, I've heard it's beautiful there. The trees are supposed to be massive.
Yeah. And I'd like to go to Niagara, too, and see the big waterfall.
Yeah, I think that would be breathtaking as well.
That would be super cool. Yeah.
I had somebody that wanted me to go to Montana, which is on my list of places. Okay. I know it's a little, like, blah, there's nothing out there, but I just want to go see, like, the big open fields and the huge mountains and the bison and the bears.
Yeah. I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, there's some places, like California or, like, I don't know, New York, whatever. Like, if you're going to go see a view, like, if someone says, let's go see a view, they're going to take you and you're going to go look at the city lights.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to sit on top of a hill and look at the city lights. But if you're going to go see a view in Texas or Arizona or like Montana or whatever.
It's nature's view.
It's, like, vast, like, intense. And I was like, I like that a lot better.
Yeah.
People say all the time, Texas is flat. There's nothing in Texas. Like, it's
we have hill country.
It is. Like, hell yeah, it is. But that's what gives us these views. And
I went to where did I go with my cousins? We went to Colorado Bend State Park.
Okay,
that's a pretty cool park too. I recommend it. A lot of hiking. We did about 13 miles. No. It was in October, I think, if I'm not mistaken, and it was really nice. We did a lot of. I think the Blanco River goes through it or something like that. So it was really nice. I was just kind of like, whoa, I did not know this was in Texas. There's a lot of Texas I have yet to see.
Yeah. I would imagine hiking through snow is pretty intense compared to, you gotta like pull through the
I think you burn more calories.
Yeah, and you gotta wear special shoes.
Yeah, because your feet get wet.
Or you'll start sliding,
when we went to, the reason I was in Page, Arizona was because we were going to Zion National Park in Utah. And so one of the hikes was through the Narrows, which is through water.
Yeah.
And we had to rent like these special shoes and then these special socks that are like, I guess what surfers or scuba divers wear. I forget what the material's called. But like you're wet, but at the same time they keep your feet warm, but they're like squishy. Like it was really weird, and it was interesting, but it was also very, very cold. So I imagine that's probably what it's like hiking through snow.
Yeah. Have you ever considered hiking peaks?
Well, there's one in I don't know if it's Montana or North Dakota, the Grand Teton. I don't know if that's what it's called. I might be mispronouncing it, but it's a bunch of peaks like that, and I want to go check those out. Yeah,
my dad used to do that. He climbed like super peaks like Mount Whitney and stuff in California.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, him and his brother would do those all the time.
But wait, you're talking about like the actual like where it's just like some random peak and it's like
a mountain. Yeah, like go up the side of a mountain. Yeah.
Scary. I like trails. I don't know how adventurous I'm
Those
feeling.
get a little dangerous because you'll see mountain lions and stuff like that, and the air gets super thin. And
I don't know how. I don't know how. I mean, I would be down to try it with a group of friends.
Yeah.
As long as some of them were.
You have to be prepared.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, let's go.
Yeah, not like on a whim. You have to plan it out.
Some of them you have to train for.
Oh yeah, like I believe it. Like, I believe it.
Oxygen wise.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Like, I mean, Everest obviously, but it's a big one.
That would be a big one. I think I would want to go to Everest. That'd be cool. But I know it's gonna cost you money to get there. Because I know they have like the base camp and then going up to that. Like I wouldn't want to do it to where like I end up frozen and dead up there. My family can never retrieve my body because I've heard stories of people that are actually still up there just
That's typically something one would want to avoid.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, but some people, they end up there because the storm comes in and hits them. I mean, I think I've seen a movie about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I've seen some crazy movies about the outdoors.
I think I would want to just hang out at base camp.
Yeah.
Bear attacks.
Have you seen that show, I Survived?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I love that show.
Some of those are crazy.
Yeah, some of them are crazy because I think one of the ones, the bear attack that I saw was it a kid that he was in a tent and all of a sudden he just felt where the tent was crashing in.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden he felt something bite his head and it was a bear and it was just like attacking him.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I've seen the one with the bobcat too, where
I've never seen.
Because cats play with their food.
Yeah.
They just
playing
you around. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, I've seen those. I've seen. There's a movie with James Franco. I think it's like 72 Hours or something.
Yes, yeah. So we went to that location.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
So I kept telling my friend and I kept making not fun of that, but we just kept saying oh, this is where James Franco cut off his arm, which is not even obviously he was portraying the character, but we kept saying oh, this is where James Franco got his arm cut off.
That's a crazy story with a pocket knife.
Yeah, that's a very crazy story, man. Those narrows, they call it the narrows or those areas, those canyons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You're just in between a mountain and the thought did cross my mind what if this were to just cave in and it's a massive grave they're never getting you out of.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Have you ever been caving?
Literally what came to mind was the story of a guy who went caving, but he went in a really narrow one where he was crawling and he ended up getting stuck and they were going to try to pull him out or something, but he ended up just dying because of oxygen deprivation or whatever. And so what they did, he's just buried there. They left him there. They never took him out. Which is weird to me because I would have been bring him out in pieces, but I guess.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad. That would be a terrible place. Way to die.
Yeah.
Sorry to bring things left.
I've been to a few caves. I've been down in some caves and caved around. It's always creeped me out. If one rock moves the wrong way.
Did you ever watch that movie? It was an old movie. This is how old I am. It was 95, 96. It's called... Was it Born? No, I think it's called Wild America. It was with three brothers who are out just seeing all of America. And they go to a cave. And when they're walking into the cave, all of a sudden they hear a bunch of rattles because they come upon a bunch of snakes hibernating inside the cave. So they get creative and they throw snow on the snakes to make them get numb and fall asleep. Yeah. So they start walking over there and then they keep going further into the cave and there's a bunch of sleeping bears.
Oh god.
So yeah, it's a pretty crazy movie. This was before crazy. CGI and all that.
Yeah.
But that's what that made me think of. So ever since I'm always oh, I don't want to go into a cave and get bit by a snake or eaten by a bear.
Yeah, that's crazy. There's another movie. I think it was with Idris Elba. It wasn't too long ago. Their helicopter crashes or whatever. Helicopter and airplane, and they're stuck in the snow.
Is it based on a true story?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it... Oh, no, I don't know.
I remember because I worked at the movie theater when it came out and I saw it for free.
The movie theater. When I met you used to work at a popcorn shop. Remember you'd bring popcorn to class and we'd just sit there and eat popcorn? Yep. Different flavors?
Yep. That place has since closed.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah.
I would eat popcorn right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I went back there. I was going to get some and it was closed. I was like, man.
That's sad.
Missed that.
That's sad.
What was I saying?
You were talking about the movie in a helicopter?
Oh, yeah. And they hike all... It's crazy. It's where they just get stuck out there.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah. Recently, I've been watching a lot of Indiana Jones.
I like his movies. I think it's because they're the adventurous kind of movies, and it's
Yeah. I've seen them before, obviously, but I watched them again now, and I was like, wow, this is really bad.
Yeah, you missed stuff that as a kid you didn't catch?
The movies are good, but, there's, no CGI.
Yeah.
It's all, you're like...
Yeah. Or props.
Nice. Yeah, you're like, okay. The big rock rolling out there, and you're like, all right. Like that.
Yeah. His lasso and those comes in handy.
Yeah, I watched Mythbusters where they said that works though. You could swing across with it. But but he goes like this and whoosh, whips it and it falls off and he puts it back on. You can't do that.
Yeah.
Because
you would have to untie it.
Yeah, because especially when you swing down, your weight tightens the knot.
Yeah.
When you whip it around, so there's no way you're gonna be able to do that.
Yeah, or wherever you were tying it from would eventually break too. Yeah. Right? So that's crazy.
Yeah, they're good movies and there's some comedy in them too, that I didn't pick up on.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
I think to me the scariest one was the one where they had like the arc, or the one where they have like an arc and then they
Raiders
open
of
it.
the Lost Ark and melts their face off.
Yeah, that one, I remember that one traumatized me as a kid. I was so scared.
And then watching it again, you're like, wow, that's okay.
Some acting.
Yeah, the CGI is like horrible.
Harrison Ford is an icon.
Yeah, he's getting old now, man.
Yeah, he is.
You want to feel old, man. I remember him as Han Solo.
You know what? I've never seen Star Wars movies.
Really?
Never.
Dang.
I remember him from Air Force One.
I don't even know what that is.
The one where he's the president and the airplane gets hijacked. Oh, you have to add it to your list of movies. It's a good movie.
Is it on Netflix?
President. They get hijacked by these like Russian or Ukrainian terrorists.
Oh, dang.
So he's like...
I could see him playing a president.
Oh, it's a good movie. It's one of my favorite movies.
How old is it?
I'm going to say 90s. I honestly don't know. But
So
it's a good movie.
A little after
Jones.
Jones. A little after
Air Force One. Good movie. Add it to you. You'll have to tell me next time I'm here if you bring me back.
Did you see the newest Indiana Jones, the fourth one, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
No.
That one was weird.
Was it?
It was all like made about aliens and stuff.
Sometimes I feel like they ruin good movies with trying to like bring in new writers or younger casts.
Yeah.
Like the Jumanji movies, did you watch those?
Yeah.
What'd you think about those?
I didn't think they were bad. I thought they were.
I think they were bad, but I didn't think they were great.
Yeah.
I was just kind of
The original Jumanji too, man. The CGI and that, you're like, oh.
Yeah. But when you watched it as a young kid, you were like, oh.
Yeah, you were like, whoa.
Yeah. So now I'm like, the new Jumanjis are kind of like, I don't know.
Even like movies like Toy Story, like if you watch it now, it's like not the same animation. You know, like if you watch the first Toy Story compared to like the newest one, the fourth one.
Yeah.
You're like, oh wow.
Well, also now as an adult, you're just kind of like every single movie is the exact same thing.
Yeah.
They're always trying to get back to the owner.
Yeah.
Like the owner's trying to get rid of them. And I guess that's like the underlying message, you know, like, oh, the toys, like, whatever. But it's like the same storyline, just a little difference here and there.
Yeah.
Little kids eat it up.
There's jokes in that too that I didn't pick up on, like when he calls him Buzz Lightyear. Or when Mr. Potato Head is like trying not to look at the Barbies. It's like, I'm a married spot. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. There's some interesting things you don't catch sometimes.
Little things in there, yeah.
Subliminal stuff.
Yeah. Notice a lot more of those now. Has hit 23.
How's it feel? I saw that. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. It was just...
But you didn't really go all out, right?
No, we went to MASH. You ever been to MASH? Moonshine?
Oh, yeah. At the Rim, right?
Yeah. It was pretty cool. Moonshine is strong.
Is it?
It's some strong stuff. I like strong stuff.
Okay.
I drink whiskey a lot.
Okay.
Whiskey's my favorite. So it wasn't like...
Trying to age faster?
Yeah, no. Put some hair on my chest.
Yeah. I like the stash.
Thank you.
It's working for you. Not everybody can pull off a stash.
Yeah.
Hence the reason mine is gone.
My brother drinks Hennessy.
Does he?
He used to. He doesn't drink so much anymore.
Is he still trying to pursue his rapping career?
He is. He's doing good. He's been traveling for it, actually.
Oh, wow.
He went to L.A. He went to Miami.
Wow, that's awesome.
They're going to go to Georgia next, I think.
Where's he going?
Georgia next.
Oh, nice.
So that's cool. He's part of like this group now.
Oh.
Called Sewer Rich.
What is it?
Sewer Rich.
Sewer?
Sewer.
Rich?
Sewer Rich, yeah.
Oh, like I'm rich because I'm from the sewer?
Like... I don't really know. I assume
or like
that it's
I got a lot of sewers, so I'm rich.
I assume it's like sewer, like green.
Oh, okay.
I don't really know.
Sewer Rich. What's his name? Does he have a stage name?
My brother?
Yeah.
It's Luke, but it's spelled with the 7 because he has a big 7 tattoo.
Okay, yeah, I remember him
We also had a brother that died.
Yeah.
And so that's what the 7 is from.
Yeah, I feel like
June. Yeah. So.
Very cool.
June 7th. 07.
But anyway, so tell your people that we met when we were friends and I lost my brother. So Garrett was like there when I would just be quiet in class and not talking. And he would like try to make me laugh, and I just felt weird, like, because you know when you're grieving, you don't know how to like act. Yeah. And Garrett would make me laugh with his.
Yeah. when we met, he wasn't. He was. It was like a year after we met that he died.
Your brother. Yeah.
So we, like, that whole year, like...
because sometimes I would go to class, and literally the hospital was, like, right next to campus. Yeah. So from campus, I would literally just go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So, and we always had, like, that class at the end of the day. So I would be like with you, and I forgot the other guys' names we were with in class.
Yeah, I don't remember.
They weren't that impressionable or impressive. So then, I would go straight to the hospital.
Yeah.
So then, whenever I lost my brother, I think I missed school for like a week or two.
Yeah.
And So
yeah.
Anyway, thank you for making me laugh, Gary.
Yeah. we lost my brother when he was born at birth.
Yeah.
He had trisomy 18.
Had a what?
Trisomy 18, third 18 chromosome.
Okay.
So like Down syndrome is the third, like, I don't want to get it wrong, but it's like, I want to say 16th, but I don't know if that's right.
I'm just trying to
the
think.
Trisomy 18, like, you
remember learning
you don't live from.
Okay.
So, but he came after Luke, my brother.
Yeah.
So, like, it was 2001. So it wasn't, like, something that I really had to go through because I was, like, super young. My parents, like, shielded me from a lot of it.
Yeah.
So I didn't really experience it like you, but it happened.
It's still, like, like, that would have been cool. I would have a brother who would have been, what, 21, 20 right now? 2001, 20. He'd be 20.
He'd be turning 21, 20 this year, 20.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we kind of bonded over that, so that was cool.
That's very cool. So you and Luke are, like, really close, right?
Me and Luke, he's 21, I'm 23, and then he'll be 22 in December.
How cool.
So 21 months apart.
So rich.
Yep. And what's crazy, my other brother, little one, Seth, he's born in June, exactly 10 years later.
Oh, wow.
June 5th.
And your sister?
Oh, no, he's born in July.
July.
So, but right around the same time. And
I was going to say,
a boy.
7 is July.
Yeah, a boy, 10 years later.
Yeah.
Like the same thing, it was like freaking my mom out.
Yeah.
Like she was all, but no, he's here.
The baby. He's here.
Yep, so that's pretty cool.
You have a sister, right?
I have a sister, and she's 13. She's going to be 14 on the 16th of April.
Oh, man.
She's going to be a freshman this year.
Boy crazy?
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, she's ridiculous. She uses all the weird lingo that kids use nowadays.
Oh, I work with kids like that in the church.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel old, and right when I'm catching up with their newest terms.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember meeting you, and you would say lit for everything, so I started saying lit for everything, and I still say it, and the kids were like, we don't say that anymore. And I'm like, oh, man. Yeah. Now they say cap for everything.
Yeah, no cap or whatever.
Cap. Yeah.
I'm like, what? Even Luke says that now. Like, he says weird stuff in his songs. Like, he calls money knots.
Who?
I'm like, what?
I thought money was bag and bread.
Yeah, now it's knots. I'm like, okay.
Oh, man. I still say cool. That was a 90s kid thing. I still say, oh, that's cool. And people are like, what's cool? I'm like, it's awesome. It's rad. I don't know what you guys call it. Fire.
It's far out.
Yeah. Not? So he calls money not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. I've heard of pocket. Like, oh, or what did they say? Pocket. I don't know. People call it.
Yeah. They
grip. I had a friend that used to be like, oh, I've got no grip on me. Like, what? What's grip?
I think is that a gun? Or is that
no, that's what he would call his money. Well, like, we'd go out to eat or something. He'd be like, oh, I ain't got no grip on me.
Yeah.
Can you spot me? And I'd be like, oh, sure. Like, I guess. And, I'm like, I for one, don't like to see people go hungry. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, I got you.
My brother calls guns like sticks or pieces.
Sticks?
Yeah, like I keep a stick on me. I'm like,
I challenge you to a stick fight. Let's do it. I show up with a stick, and he ends up ending me very quickly.
Yeah. His buddy that he raps with, he has a line in one of his songs where he talks about having so much money in his pocket that it looks like he's got cellulite.
Oh, God.
I was like, what?
I would want to hear that line. That's interesting.
I asked Luke, I was like, you know what cellulite is? He's like, no.
Oh, my God.
I was like, then how do you, he'll be like, that's so fire, dude. I'm like, do you know what cellulite is? He's like, no. Like, then how can you say, like, and I explained to him what cellulite is.
You know what you're rapping about.
Yeah, I explained to him what cellulite is. I was like, it's when you have excess skin, like, on your thighs.
I mean, so it's where you can see, like, the fat kind of, like, crumpling under the skin. Or, like, bumpy, like.
Yeah.
I know a lot of women complain about it. Some guys have it, too. Like, I have it on my belly from being stretched out.
And I'm like, that's what he's saying. Like, he's got a bump from having so much. He's like, oh. I'm like, okay. But my brother's intelligent with his rhyme. Like, he's some pretty
his bars,
as he calls them.
Yeah.
It's just so weird, man.
So what's his goal? Is he trying to make it big?
Yeah, he just wants to be rich and famous. Like, but he loves the music. Like, it's not like just, but he just wants to be known.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Is he out of town now?
No, he's at work right now. He lives here.
What does he do?
He works at Main Event. He's a server.
Oh, cool. The one up the street.
Well, I don't really want to say where he works.
No, you don't say it, because I'm gonna go see him and be like, yo, what's up? Sewage money or sewer money, or what's it called?
Sewer rich.
Sewer rich. I'm so sorry. Sewer money.
Sewage money.
Sewer rich.
I can always bleep it out. He works on the one on 151.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's the only one up the street.
So that's pretty cool. He, yeah. So, and he's gotten recognized in public a couple times. He's talked about that. He thinks that's pretty cool.
That is very cool. Yeah.
So he's. I mean, he's not on SoundCloud anymore or anything like that either. He's like on Apple Music and stuff.
Wow.
Like
Yeah, you've made it.
So he's not like if I tell people my brother's a rapper, they're like, oh, SoundCloud.
You're like, go on Apple Music.
I'm like, no, like he's like traveling. He's on Apple and he's.
That's really good.
Like,
good for him.
So yeah, he's trying to tat up his whole body right now for his
Tell him
image.
not to do that.
So he got like tattoos on his neck. He's got.
Maybe tell him to keep his face untatted. What's your mom
He's
do?
pretty good at keeping his face. My mom doesn't want him to get any face, and he's pretty good about not wanting it. Like he's like, yeah, that's, I mean, like.
Yeah, like do places where you could cover it up with a shirt.
He said that there's like one, like he would want one maybe like here or like something.
No, how?
Like, not on his
Tell
face.
him that's not
like,
original
on his
anymore.
side. Yeah.
After Post Malone and all
Dude,
those
have you
people.
seen Post Malone recently?
No.
Man, that guy went crazy. He tattooed his whole head and shaved his head.
Oh yeah, I thought he was doing country now. I saw like a video.
I saw that too, but I think he was just doing like a
like it's the
fun
one
thing,
time
yeah.
thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I thought he was done with the rapping. I thought somebody had said he was like, oh, I was just
I don't know.
using it for exploit. I could have sworn I saw where he was
it's
like,
possible.
yeah.
So how's your rap career?
My rap career is terrible. Never taken off. I don't even know. I don't even think I could come up with a stage name for it.
Young Lira on.
Huh?
Young Lira on.
Young Lira.
on SoundCloud.
Young Money. I think Young Money's already taken. I don't know.
Young Taco.
Taco truck. I don't know. I can't come up with a good name.
Have you seen that rap where that guy talks about eating tacos?
Maybe. I don't know.
It's a parody of a song. I'll have to show you it after this. It's so funny.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you would like it. It's so funny. Yeah. Speaking of tacos, you guys do a taco truck. That's pretty cool.
We don't do taco.
Oh, not anymore. You
Not-
started
we
as a
used
taco
to.
truck.
We used to. We
You
got
do a
rid
food
of them.
business.
Huh?
You do a food business.
Yes, food business. We keep it very simple. Our menu's small.
Like In-N-Out small?
Probably smaller. But it's worked out for us. It's been working for us. Thank God. You know.
Yeah.
We were pretty fortunate and blessed because during the pandemic, a lot of people saw their business.
Yeah.
Plummet. Some people
Did you
closed.
guys take a hit?
No,
No?
that's what I'm saying. We're pretty blessed in that aspect that our business grew.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
exponentially, and so we're pretty blessed, and we were able to open the second location in the middle of the pandemic.
Oh,
and,
wow.
And
Dang,
still
yeah.
stay busy,
That's
both
awesome.
locations.
All food is cooked in-house and all that too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your mom or your dad or what?
All of us,
All
we
of
all
us,
help
y'all
out.
cook? Yeah.
We all cook.
And
we
you
all-
guys make the recipes yourself and everything? Like
Yeah.
recipes?
So my dad comes from a family of 14 kids.
Oh my gosh.
So one
does
of their
he fall in
uncles. Huh?
Where does he fall?
My dad's number 14.
Number 14. Oh, he's the youngest.
He's the youngest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So one of the oldest, I think the oldest or the second old, I think the oldest. I don't want to get it wrong, but anyway, the oldest is the one that learned how to make the barbacoa. So from there, he taught the recipe to like one of my other uncles, and then they all started doing it. So to this day, everyone in the family does it, but they're all in Mexico. Well, we
Yeah.
have one uncle in Laredo. He's done pretty well for himself, and then we used to sell it in Kansas. We used to have a restaurant in Kansas, but my dad wanted us to be closer to the family, so
You guys used to live in Kansas?
yeah.
Oh.
I grew up in Kansas.
Oh, wow.
Grinnell, Kansas, Wichita, and
Ooh,
so
okay.
we sold the business there, and we moved to San Antonio.
And you said they live down in Laredo, Mexico, over there.
Yeah, they all live in border towns, and then some of them live in.
Have you guys considered like having them open up a restaurant down there?
Well, that's what they all do. They all have
they
the
have
same
one
kind of
down there.
business.
Oh, okay.
But everybody owns their own business.
Is it called tacos?
Some of them, yes, like the ones my aunts where they married their husbands or whatever. They also sell barbacoa, but they have different names. It's actually called Hermanos Lira.
Oh,
Like
okay.
Brothers Lira.
Yeah.
Tacos Hermanos Lira.
Yeah.
But ours is just Tacos Lira.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I know like the one in Laredo is called Lira's.
Oh, okay.
Lira's restaurant or something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
I think he dropped the tacos.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But you guys all share the same recipe.
The recipe, yeah. I mean, that's it. And I mean, yeah, we'll get people that'll say like, "Hey, are you guys the same as the people in Laredo or the same in whatever town in Mexico?" And we're like, "Oh, that's our uncle. We're a separate business. Like we don't, obviously, we don't answer to him. He doesn't answer to us."
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Well, did it always start? Was it always something that you like? You guys knew you wanted to like blow up and pursue and make it like a thing, or
It's always been my
like
dad's thing. It's always. I think my dad didn't really have an education, so he did it, and then he needed help managing it, and I had some experience, and just because I have a little bit of education, I was able to help him, and now I'm the one that helps him run the business.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of changes or a lot of things he wants to do, he'll run it with me or ask me for my opinion. Doesn't always follow it, but he'll be like, hey, what do you think about this, or what should we do this, or I'm thinking about doing this, and I'll be like, yeah, let's do it, or no, let's not do that, that's terrible. So like right now we're trying to decide. We still have not opened up our dining room because it's not big enough.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, well, what if we put tables outside? And I'm just like, well, let's just find a better location, where we just have a kitchen and we have a huge outdoor patio.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because that's starting to seem like the thing that everybody's wanting to go to now.
Yeah.
And as far as we go, it also makes it easier for us to serve people faster.
Yeah.
Where we don't have waiters or waitresses. We just give people their food and...
Like with like a number or something, you call it
a
number.
You call it, that's literally what we're doing.
You ever been to Chacho's?
Yeah.
They do that too. Like they just call your number and they have a big outdoor patio and stuff like that.
Yeah, we do the name, but we get so many Jose's that we're like, what's your last name or what car are you in? So like the ticket will have very descriptive, like Jose H, Jose L in a gray Cherokee, in a blue Jeep,
Yeah.
But we do the number.
I think they use Disney names at like cartoon names. Yeah.
I think I went once and they were using like
Betty Boop,
cards.
Like playing cards?
Yeah, playing cards. Like the king, the queen. Yeah, I saw that. You have a massive collection of them.
400 decks.
Did not know you had one.
About 400, right?
I feel like maybe you did. You used to take
I've been collecting them for a long time, but I didn't have that many. I probably had like 100.
But you would always carry a deck to come.
Oh, yeah. I always carry a deck.
You'd be like just sitting there generating with your cards. Like,
yeah, it helps me focus.
I like it. Yeah. Something soothing about shuffling a deck of cards.
Yeah. Yeah, I always need to be fidgeting with something. I was thinking about getting fidget toys to like put here, just so that.
Remember when those became a thing, and now nobody even has them anymore?
Yeah.
Fidget spinners or the little fidget cube.
Yeah.
And then
spinners, oh my god.
And then nobody has those anymore. Like, even the people that supposedly needed them.
Yeah, or like slime.
Yeah,
remember when that was a thing?
Yeah, I had a little cousin who got in trouble.
If my parents would have never ever let me have slime.
Yeah.
That stuff would have gotten all the carpet, like I got all stuff.
My sister-in-law banned it from her house. Her kids couldn't have it.
Really?
Yeah, because we would always buy it for them. She's like, nope, it ends up in our carpet, on the couches, on their linens and stuff.
Whatever happened to Legos and like?
I feel like those are still around. I think they're still popular. Somebody was asking me just the other day. I was like, hey, have you ever been to Legoland here in San Antonio? I was like, a Legoland? I didn't even know we had a Legoland.
Oh, yeah, it's downtown, actually. Yeah.
At River Center Mall.
The Legos now are like, you buy like a giant set piece from like a movie. Like, it's not like you build your own thing.
Yeah.
It's like some big, giant, like, TIE fighter from Star Wars. And it takes like 50 steps, and it's like all this weird stuff, and you're like, kids can't do that. That's like an adult thing to put on your shelf.
Yeah. Like, with Star Wars, I've seen people have
all the Lego people were yellow.
Yeah, I remember that too. Oh, Legos. And stepping on them still sucks.
Oh, man. Yeah. We have a giant tub of them over there.
Your little brothers.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I remember all those toys. My dad, he always talks about Stretch Armstrong.
Oh, I remember that. I never had one, but I remember seeing it. Like,
he said those things, man, he said those could be weapons. He was talking about how they were so heavy.
Yeah, because,
He said people would take them by the legs and
whack you on the head, little brother.
Yeah.
I remember sock and bop-ums, or what were they called? Did you ever see those? No, those are the robots. I'm talking about the ones that you would blow up. It was like these giant
the big
gloves.
fists. Yeah,
they were blown up. They were blown up, and
yeah.
it would just pop each other.
Yeah. People are too soft for that now, man.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
People are soft these days, man.
They are a little soft.
I remember drinking out of the water fountain on the side of the house, out of the hose. I remember
getting a lot of crazy stuff.
Falling through the mud, getting scratched up, getting my skin ripped off on the road.
Yeah, scraping your knee. I have scratches and scrapes on my knees, scars from it growing up. I remember being in 3rd grade and running outside during recess one day, trying to be the first one to get one of the soccer balls.
Yeah.
And I fell in a giant puddle of mud.
Oh.
A giant, you can laugh. I remember I was so embarrassed. I had to go home because, like, my shirt, and then the nurse was like, oh, well, I have clothes here you can borrow. But that was embarrassing also because I was a chubby kid.
Oh.
So I was like, it won't fit me. So I had to go home and shower and change and, put on new clothes. Yeah. Good times.
And it was always like just weird nurse clothes, like a PE shirt or something.
Yeah. I mean, I was a chubby third grade. This was when I was in fourth grade. So I remember I was chubby, you know, like most little kids that age are
Those
tiny.
school shirts, man, they were always printed on the crappiest shirts because they had to get so many of them.
Yeah.
And they
Are those Fruit of the Loom shirts?
Yeah, like Fruit of the Loom, or like, and they're all like super thick and crunchy, like starched and stuff, and you're like, oh my. Like,
why'd you have to wear one?
I didn't. I would never wear them.
Okay.
I'm not wearing those things. The only ones I had to wear were the gym ones, but they did pretty good with those. Those were like tri-blend, like
Gildan we started or whatever. Noticing people would smell nasty because they wouldn't wash it.
Yeah.
Just keep.
And it had like a block right here. You write your name on.
Yes. Yes, I remember that. Oh gosh. It said like Phys Ed or whatever.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Like, yeah, and you had like the logo of your school on the shorts. Yeah. Man.
Yeah. No, our school it was just bring I would say black shorts and then any kind of black shorts and then you wore like that shirt. It was still so embarrassing. Like when you grow up, like you know, you grow up with your parents or at least you know, like your parents telling you to be careful or you know be safe, and then like all of a sudden you're thrown into a locker room. And you have to change with a bunch of other kids.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's so awkward. I feel like they need to explain that to you from elementary school.
It's so weird that there's like some kids in there that are just like.
Yeah, just getting
naked. Like walking around like butt naked, like towel on their shoulder.
Yeah, and then there's kids hiding in the restroom stalls.
Yeah, which they'll come like try to talk to you, like put their arm on your locker.
Yeah, like please get away from me. Yeah. Even now, like if you go to the gym, like I mean, I'll change, but I'm not one of those people that walks around. Like you'll see like old men just walking around.
Yeah.
And you're like, my eyes. Yeah.
Oh
so,
gosh, dude.
They need to prepare little kids for that. Cause
those were bad burns too. When you would like scrape yourself on the basketball court.
Yeah.
Like,
did you
hit your knee? And you're
did you guys do wrestling as part of your PE?
No, we never did that.
I remember we did wrestling as part of PE, which was a lot of fun because I was a chubbier kid. Yeah. So I was one of the ones that could take all the other kids out, and I used to wrestle with my brother all the time.
Yeah.
So it was always a lot of fun. My favorite was when we would play King of the Mat. Which was basically like getting people out of the mat, and you would be like the king of the mat. So that was one of my
That's cool. That's fun. Yeah, I remember we played Foursquare a lot.
Yeah, I remember Foursquare. It's good times.
Those were, man. Those basketball court burns would sting so bad. It'd be all red and like completely raw.
Yeah.
When you scraped it. Oh my gosh.
It's that wax in the hardwood floor.
Yeah, and if you got anything on it, like at all.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember getting scratched on like gravel, and you like be pulling rocks out of it with like tweezers, and you're like.
You know, I remember one time when my dad was riding his bike, and for whatever reason,
like a motorcycle or
no, like a bicycle, and he was just right on the handlebars while we get to where we need to go. And I don't know why we did that. Like my foot ended up getting caught in the front wheel, and it literally made the bike flip forward. So it threw me and it threw my dad. And I remember my dad busted his chin, and I was crying. I was like, I think 11 or 12. And I was crying because my dad was bleeding, and I had scrapes on my hands and knees.
That happened to my dad, too.
Did it really?
Similar. He was sitting on the back, and his leg got stuck in the back.
Yeah, and so it was crazy. It was embarrassing.
It was worse.
And I was just reminding him the other day, and it was embarrassing because people were stopping by, and I remember this lady stopped by, and she was like, honey, are you okay? Because I was wailing, you know, I was like 12, and I was crying. And I was just because seeing my dad bleed, like I was just like, oh my God, he bleeds. So it was an interesting time.
Yeah, my dad was right on the back of a quad, I think, or a 3-wheeler.
Okay.
And he was riding with one of his ex-girlfriends when he was like way young.
Yeah.
And it was only like a 1-seater, so he was kind of like sitting off the back of it, and his leg was like they were going faster and faster. And he noticed his foot was bouncing off the tire. Boom, boom, boom. And he told her to stop. And I guess she didn't stop, and she kept going, and his foot got sucked in there. Ouch. And it broke it. And
his foot?
Yeah, and like launched him out.
Oh.
And then he like, you stupid, you know, being rude there or whatever. And so she left him in the middle of the desert, like laying there all broken.
How did he, that's a story I want to hear. How did he get help?
I don't know. I didn't never ask about that. I probably should have.
You need to get this story. This is a story I want to hear.
My dad, man, he's been through some
crazy stuff.
One time, he's done that. He's flipped out of an apartment building. Like he was on like the second story, and he ran, He grabbed he opened the door, because he saw a movie. He was super super young, but he saw a movie where someone like grabbed the rail and did a flip and landed.
Yeah.
So he like opened the door and just ran straight through the apartment, through the kitchen, out the door, grabbed the rail and flipped. But he was on like the second big story.
Yeah.
Did a bunch of flips, hit the concrete, smacked his head.
Ouch! That sounds painful.
The funniest part about that story, he said the most embarrassing and funny part was that he had to go into an ambulance. So they had to drive the ambulance through the apartment complex, like over rocks and stairs, and over the lawns and through the playgrounds.
Sounds terrible.
Back it right up and they're
making his injuries hurt worse. Oh gosh! I remember in high school there was a guy, I can't remember his name right now, but he would wear these big baggy jeans. When I was in high school, like the goth kids would wear these big black baggy jeans. And I remember one day he was walking home and he was jumping over those parking lot poles.
Yeah.
And he jumped over one and he actually tore his testicles through the pants. And so like his dad was gonna pick him up in that parking lot. And so what his dad did was pulls up and sees him like screaming, holding himself, grabbing his privates. And so his dad was like, well, what do you want me to do? He's like, take me to the hospital. So like this kid's in the back of the truck. I'm trying to think his name because he was one of my friends, but like not like a good friend because obviously I don't remember his name.
Did he hit himself on the pole or did he just?
So the pole had like a little like piece of like metal sticking up, and he tried to hop over it. So when he hopped over it, because of the jeans, like they got caught in that metal part.
Oh yeah.
And because he got caught, he came down on the metal part, and the metal part tore open his testicles.
Oh.
Super painful. And so when he got in the back of the truck and was like, take me to the hospital, his dad still didn't know what was happening. And so that he starts taking his pants off in the back of the truck because he's in pain and he wants to see why he's in so much pain. So obviously like he looks down and he's bleeding. And so his dad's driving and like he looks back and sees his son bleeding from his crotch.
Yeah.
So the dad faints and they get into a car wreck. The guy into a car, like worst case scenario, right? Like here comes the ambulance and the cops. There's a kid with no pants on, bleeding, and the dad's like passed out at the steering wheel. It was like a crazy story. It was like one of those Final Destination movie story. It was terrible. I remember it was the talk for like 2 weeks.
Jeez. So bad.
Poor guy. I hope he's able to have kids.
That's so bad. I don't think I've ever gotten into anything like bad like that.
Yeah.
Too crazy. I mean, I've fallen like off my skateboards or whatever, scratched myself up. But
Are you still good at it?
I mean, I can ride and stuff, but I mean, it's not something I want to do so much. Like I don't want it to be that dangerous. Like I would like to live a little longer. But my brother, one time, man, we were hiking and he fell off the side of the mountain when we were super young.
Yeah.
Like they had like a wood fence and it's just like a sheer drop, like a.
Oh wow.
And he was like running and he fell through the fence. Luke, yeah.
Oh wow.
Fell through the fence and went flying down the mountain, and it so it went like this and then it dropped.
Oh.
So if he would have kept going, he would have went off and like died. So my dad like jumped the fence and like slid down like this, like Indiana Jones.
Grabbed him.
He caught something and then caught him like that. And then
those dad reflexes.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
My dad does crazy stuff like that. Like last night, I was telling you when you walked in, my dog. Last night was in the front yard, just hanging out. We had him on a leash and whatever. Like we were just outside, so we're like, well, bring the dog out, get him some air or whatever. Hero, the wiener dog, not my basset hound. He was out there, and the neighbor brought out a dog, and it's a stray dog that she found, and he's kind of skittish, and she knows that. And it's a stray dog, so he's kind of skittish and kind of nippy. Well, he attacked my dog. She's like, why don't we try and let him meet, whatever. And so the dog attacked my dog, and was trying to bite his face.
Yeah.
And my dad obviously didn't want him to get bit or like get his eye taken out or like lose our dog or something. So he like stuck his hand under in the mouth and like got between the teeth in my dog's face and like got his hand in there and pulled his jaws open and got the dog out. But when he like let go of the jaws and like grabbed the dog like that, he lunged again and almost got him in the face again. He caught him again and he like grabbed my dog like against him and pulled his jaws open and like rolled backwards and like threw that dog so he could like roll backwards like that with the dog so that he would have my dog and that dog would be separated.
So the lady couldn't control the stray dog.
Yeah, and it.
Was your dad upset?
I mean, he was a little mad. He still can't feel his finger.
Oh.
Because the dog got him.
Oh, that's
and
terrible.
he hit a nerve or something.
Yeah. That's crazy.
But it's just like there's certain things that happen in commotion are just so funny. And you want to laugh, but you're like,
yeah.
Like I can't. Like the way my dad like rolls back, or like my mom heard him screaming, so she like ran out there.
Screaming also.
Well, she tried to help, but my dad was rolling and she like fell over.
Oh my
while he
God.
was rolling.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like, quite the commotion out there.
Oh my gosh. Dude, the neighbor wasn't able to help. Like she was just like traumatized, like screaming.
Oh gosh.
Just in the same spot. It was
So was she like apologizing?
Oh yeah, she came over afterwards and I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
So she gonna get rid of the stray dog?
She said she was going to.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Golly.
So did your dad cook a lot of tacos growing up?
Cook?
Did that at your house for dinner and stuff like that?
Yeah, my dad loves to cook.
Yeah.
Both of my parents cook a lot, but we're also a family that eats out a lot. But my mom, like, you know, she'll get in her moods where she just cooks like all week.
Yeah.
But my dad also gets in his moods where he will cook. Like he'll you know, start grilling for no reason.
Yeah.
My dad loves a good time, so if
Yeah.
he could invite people over and have barbecues over, he would do it all the time. But my mom is not like him. My dad's very extroverted. My mom is an extroverted introvert. She's an introvert, but she also likes to be friendly sometimes. But she retreats very quickly to like, I need my privacy.
Yeah.
My dad is like me, just extroverted.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, my dad likes to cook. He'll like, you know, when we were younger, sometimes he would cook breakfast for us. Or just randomly like cook something up, like shrimp cocktail, or not cook up, but prepare. Or he would make this fish. This oven fish that he would make in the oven. I'm trying to think. He just all sorts of tacos. Like if we're out camping, he loves to do that to cook.
You get to take home food from your restaurant, or you take a break and eat like a taco.
Yeah, I mean, I'll eat it all the time. I eat it all the time. I'll eat there for breakfast. Sometimes I try not to eat it because I eat it way too much. Like even the people that work with us, they love eating there too.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you gonna eat it today? They're like, oh yeah, I've been craving it. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, so.
Been craving it
I guess
since
it's
yesterday when you ate it.
Huh?
Been craving it since yesterday when you ate it.
No, I had it Sunday. I didn't have it. We closed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We only work Thursday through Sunday.
Well, there you go. There's the hours that we're gonna.
Yeah.
So, try not to show up on those days.
Yeah. Don't show up on those days.
I mean, you can, but you'll be alone.
Yeah. Show up to a closed establishment.
You'll be alone and hungry.
Yes.
I'll have to come by there one time. I haven't got to try your guys' food yet. So that'd be cool.
Come by.
When me and my dad cook, we like to like get a base of something.
Okay.
And then make it better.
Like
last week I got like this tub of potato soup. Not loaded potato or anything, just potato soup.
Okay.
So I dumped it in a pan, like a pot, brought it to a simmer or whatever, and then I put a bunch of vegetables in there, put some bacon, some cheese, like all kinds of stuff in there. Some chives, like I just made it, some seasonings, all kinds of different seasoning, and just made a big pot of way better soup. Thinned it out with some milk, like made it all kinds of.
Nice.
We like to do stuff like that.
Sounds delicious, but like my stomach would not take that.
Yeah, we like to do stuff like that. Like, I don't know, take stuff and just make it like.
Yeah.
But my mom can cook.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing she makes?
She cooks. She makes really good enchiladas. I like those a lot.
Okay.
She does those really well. She makes really good Indian food.
Okay.
She's really good at that too.
I like Indian food.
Yeah, Indian food's good. But their spice level, man, is ridiculous. Like their spice compared to Mexican spice is like.
Oh, like the spices or the spicy?
Spicy.
Oh, it depends. I don't know. I've been to Indian restaurants and asked for the spiciest sauce they had, and I was like disappointed.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I know they use a lot of spices, like cumin, pepper, turmeric, like all these crazy spices. But like as far as spicy heat, I think Mexicans have them beat.
You think so?
Yeah, I know so.
Thailand has a lot of spice.
Yeah, I've had Thai food, and it's also, I guess it just depends, you know, maybe because these restaurants don't really do, but if it was like a home cooked Indian food.
Yeah, like maybe you went to India.
Yeah, I'm sure I would find something like fire, like wow. But
yeah,
I've eaten a lot of homemade salsas at my house, or dishes that one of my aunts made or something.
Yeah.
You just first bite, your mouth's immediately on fire.
Yeah, we eat a lot of tacos too. Like we get like little corn tortillas,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll make up a bunch of meat, some chicken.
Yeah.
My mom's been making like red chicken recently.
Okay.
Some kind of
Yeah.
I don't know. She saw it on some kind of trend
Yeah.
or something. I don't know if you know what that is.
Like chicken tinga?
Yeah, something like that. Like
Okay.
it's like and chop that up, and we just have like beef, like different seasoned beef, chicken, and we just get those little things and just eat them. Those are dangerous, man. You can eat
start eating them.
many of those, especially when you don't have a lot of carbs.
Yeah.
Like just a little bit of tortilla.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, man, those go down like
Yeah,
that.
those are some of my favorite. My mom makes these ground beef tacos. She'll fry the tortillas in half, and then ground beef. It'll be either cabbage or lettuce. You know, I'm getting hungry talking about food.
yeah, it gets great. You can load it up with whatever you want. Salsa, guac, sour cream.
For sure.
Do you guys make homemade sauces too?
Yeah, all
Like
our salsas.
salsa,
My mom makes them all.
Salsas and,
so a lot of people are
guac.
like, "Oh my god, these salsas are so good."
Yeah, guac too.
I know we don't do wok.
You don't do wok?
It's just a whole other process. Like
Yeah.
my family knows how to cook a lot of good things, but in a business, the more stuff you add to your menu, that's the more stuff that you have to shop for, the more stuff you have to prep for.
Yeah.
And so like that's why we keep our menu very small.
Yeah, that makes sense. My dad makes good guac.
Yeah.
He for some reason a lot of people don't like vegetables in their guac, like just like avocado with seasoning or whatever.
Yeah.
But my dad puts pico in it.
Yeah, that's the Mexican way.
And it's good.
It's the Mexican way to do it.
You guys do pico too?
No, we don't. We do a veggie mix, which is like cabbage, cilantro, and onion, and it's all finely chopped and it's all mixed up. And so it goes in your tacos, it goes in your lonche, which is like a torta.
Yeah.
And it's toasted hoagie bread, it has the barbacoa.
Yeah, I've had one of those.
And so it has that veggie mix. And
I had one I have a video of it on my vlogging YouTube channel. I don't remember what the place was called. It was a mom and pop shop.
I'll have to check it out.
But it was like the sandwich was in like the shape of an avocado. Like an egg. And it was a torta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was good though. It was really good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Everything sounds good right now. I'm hungry.
So you guys do like red salsa, green salsa?
We do red and green.
That's it?
Red and green, yeah.
You don't do brown or anything?
No, red and green. The green one's made with nothing but serrano peppers. The red is made with these Japanese peppers that my dad has to go buy.
Oh, wow. And you don't have to give away the secrets.
No. I won't give anymore. That's all you'll know.
All the recipes will be linked.
Linked below. Videos how to make.
You should make a YouTube channel.
People tell me that because my dad loves to go live on Facebook, and they're always like, "Why don't you make your dad a YouTube channel?" And I'm just like, "No, let's not encourage this." But some people actually enjoy watching my dad, I guess.
Yeah.
I was having this discussion just yesterday with my cousins about it.
Yeah.
Some people enjoy watching.
You guys have uniforms, or you just wear
We did T-shirts a couple of years ago. We had these T-shirts made and hats, but we haven't. So right now we're just kind of wearing whatever. So we've been talking about getting back into either doing T-shirts again or polos or something. Yeah, we have hats, but the hats don't work because I feel like we have big hats in my family. I haven't had.
Also, you like to do your hair up real nice.
Huh?
You like to do your hair up real nice.
That too. Well, I had to because it's very long and poofy right now, so there's a lot of hair product in it.
I've been doing mine up too. I'm trying to go this whole year doing it up.
Good.
I feel like that just helps my mood.
Your image too.
Yeah, my image, and if you look good, you feel good.
Yeah.
I just try to even if I'm just gonna sit around the house, I like to do my hair up just so that I.
That's good. You have nice hair too. You have very full hair like me.
Yeah.
So.
It's growing out.
It is growing out. I was looking at it.
I haven't cut it this year.
You haven't.
I think I cut it once. I don't know.
I'm gonna give you my barber's info. You're gonna have to go check him out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's super good. He'll make your hair look good. Even if you're trying to grow like an old school '50s hairdo, comb over, or whatever. He'll make.
I'm thinking about getting a mullet.
Don't do a mullet. Please don't do a mullet. Oh please, I don't know.
Perm it too.
Huh?
Get a perm mullet.
A perm. Oh. Don't do it, Gary. Don't do it.
You know who Weird Al Yankovic is?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do like Weird Al Yankovic. Super
Don't
tight.
do it. Don't do it. Leave the weird to Weird Al.
I'll go to your barber with a bowl and just put it on my head and go, just cut around this.
The Jim Carrey from Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, dude. I'll chip my tooth and everything.
Oh, God.
You know, I read somewhere that he actually chipped his tooth.
For the movie? For the role?
Yeah. And then
That's
he just got
very committed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know if I would ever be that much of a committed actor.
A little out there, a little far from me.
Well, I know what's his name. The guy that played the Joker passed away.
Heath Ledger?
I know he, for his role of the Joker, went to an insane asylum.
Oh, wow.
To see what they were like.
Yeah.
And that's where he got
Yeah. That's different.
Inspired for. But I mean, that's very like in depth. Like
I think I would do stuff like that, but I wouldn't
creepy,
like chip my tooth or give myself a scar.
Oh, so you'd go be in an insane asylum
like
and not chip your tooth?
You mean like he went there like a patient, as a patient?
I don't know if he went as a patient or as a nurse, but just sat there and observed these people, and that's how he was like inspired for his role.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
To me.
Well, at least he didn't like give himself the scars or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, that would have been crazy. Like, well, looks like he was always crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, dang. So, tacos, Lira.
Tacos.
I gotta go try that one time.
You do have to try it sometime.
I think you might be my longest running podcast.
Oh, no.
How long have we been going?
Is that good or bad?
Oh, I don't care. I'll go as long as you guys want. What is this? It doesn't say. It says we've been going for 2,327 bars.
What's that?
I don't know how long a bar is, but that's how long we've been going.
Does it not have a timer?
No. I mean, I took off the metronome because if I leave it on, it'll go.
Yeah.
You got the whole thing, like, it's annoying. But I'll be able to, like,
so then does your camera tell you how long you've been going?
well, it stopped, 3 times, so we've been going at least an hour and a half.
It's 5:04. What time did
dang.
we start? Uh-oh, somebody just sent me a video. Sorry.
We've probably been going for like an hour and 20.
Okay.
Something like that.
What's the quote of the day?
That's what we're going to do next.
All right.
We are going to start with the quote of the day. Boom, I got this new board for it that's going to be super cool.
Does it light up?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I could install lights on it. I don't know.
Yeah, we should put little lights on it.
So these are all quotes from different, sometimes it's like political figures, sometimes it's from movies. I have like the Lion King quotes in here.
Okay.
I have quotes from The Office.
I like it.
I have quotes from presidents. I have quotes from leaders, from Gandhi, like all kinds of stuff. So we just pull it out, and that's what trying to inspire people with the quote of the day.
Let's
You
do
want
it.
to do it, or you want me to do it?
You can do it. I'll write it. Are we writing it?
We just tape it onto that.
Oh, okay.
I have tape again.
Yeah, I was gonna say these are sharp. These are. Oh no, these are.
Which one should I pick?
Oh, these are permanent. Okay. Left hand.
This one? Okay. Put this back. Perfect is boring, human is beautiful. Tyra Banks.
Okay, Tyra Banks.
Tyra Banks.
She's the one that made a girl get a gap in her teeth. She did. I remember
She did?
seeing that episode.
That's funny.
She made a girl go to the dentist, and they gave her a gap in her teeth. And
my
the girl
God.
cried.
How do you even get a gap in your
She
File
they
that?
filed it. Yeah, they
Oh my
filed it.
gosh.
So I was like, so that's kind of like a hypocritical quote of hers,
Boom.
in my opinion. I hope no Tyra Bank fans come for me.
Quote of the day. There we go. That's what the quote of the day is.
I like it.
I was calling it quote of the week, but then I found that and it said quote of the day, so I was like, let's keep it quote.
This
of the day.
works. I mean, because it's today. We're doing it
Yeah.
today, right?
Yep. In the next part,
Uh-oh.
you get to sign this poster.
Oh, how cool is that? Do we
Yeah.
have blue?
I do have
Wait, what color has not been added on there?
yellow, but I don't know if yellow will show up.
Blue.
Orange maybe.
Well, thank you for having me on.
yeah. Oh gosh, I was really close to my. Yeah, man. I'm trying to get you on for a couple weeks, but we were missing each other.
I'm sorry.
Pretty cool.
Uh-oh. But there's my name, sir.
There you go.
The Real Life Podcast.
That's us. Oh yeah, I also got these foam things. I'm working on getting more to cover the rest of the walls.
Yeah.
But let me know if you heard a difference in the audio, if it wasn't so echoey or whatnot. And also if you like the light that turned off.
I like it.
So that was a good little touch there. But yeah, that was, hope you guys enjoyed us talking about tacos and getting old and hiking and
A lot of stuff. We talked
injuries.
about a lot. I want to meet your dad. We need to bring your
He's
dad.
here.
We need to bring him on this podcast.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Maybe I'll pull my parents on here.
You should. You should
That'd
do
be
your
cool.
dad and your mom.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah, that'd be funny. It's a good idea. Well, thank you for watching this podcast. Click the links down below to visit Tacos Lira and go
Yes,
try
sir.
their
We'll
food.
be waiting for you.
Yep, and make sure not to go on which days? Which days are you closed?
We're closed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Don't go those days.
We'll update when that changes.
Yeah. You gonna change that at some point? Is
Probably.
that just for?
It was just like pandemic
Yeah,
hours, but
okay.
it's been working for us, so
Yeah.
we just left it.
Yeah. There you go. All right. We will see you guys next week with another podcast. I think I'm going to be talking to a security guard
Uh-oh.
if it doesn't fall through. But there will be one next week, so we will see you then.
Awesome.